Ever since they first got together, Cardi B and Offset's relationship has never exactly been straightforward. Even before they had their first kid way back in 2018, there were already accusations of infidelity, but they always seemed to regroup stronger. Because of this bond they seemed to have, both their fans and critics basically felt they'd always wind up sticking it out no matter what.
I still don't believe that these two will ever be separated. And I think this is one of those relationships that they'll embarrass the fuck out of each other. By the way, it's not the first time that Offset has accused her of having sex with other men or cheating on him, but they still stay together. And this is one of those things, they bring us into their drama and they have a who could embarrass who more contest, but then they're still gonna stay together.
Now it appears that those days are over, and their whole life is becoming a car crash in front of our eyes. Yet, the rest of the world can't seem to look away as their drama plays out in full view of the public. It's your boy Louaista, and this is how Cardi B and Offset became the most toxic couple in hip-hop. If you don't know by now, Cardi B and Offset, who have been married since 2017, welcomed their third child in September. But as it turns out, that kid wasn't brought into the world to be greeted by a loving, stable environment. Instead, they were born into a war, with Cardi revealing that the time she realized she was pregnant, things were already pretty hostile between them.
I'm probably like 6 weeks pregnant. This was around the time that I'm like promoting the fuck out of Enough. So I'm like, damn, I'm pregnant. But I'm not really thinking much of it. Me and my baby dad, we were in very bad terms. I still called him and I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. And we kind of laughed about it because it's like, what the fuck? That shit is so random.
Over the course of their time together, things had gone awry time and time again. After all, they got married amid a storm of claims over Offset's infidelity. And at one point, Cardi even filed for divorce back in 2020 before deciding to let it go. But when their kids Culture and Wave were born, they kept trying to make things work. At least in the public, Offset appeared to take responsibility for his mistakes by blaming them on his immaturity and struggles with substance abuse.
Okay, so I want to ask you this as a man.
That
women want to know, why do men cheat?
Like when I did do that, like I was in a different space. I was young. I had just got married. I'm getting a lot of money. Really was communication. We got married and then we ain't really, our communication was good, but it wasn't like, I wasn't saying my wants and needs and vice versa. So it was like, sometimes you feel like you'll bump heads when you're not communicating because it's like, it's hidden gems. I was young. I was on different shit. Like I was on lean and shit too. Like I was making bad decisions, not really realizing it's affecting my family instead of just me thinking about my own. Like, but then when I grow past that, all my growth, why you think she loved me how she loved me? Like my growth, I done showed. Like I'm a real one. Like I'm not gonna do this. I ain't gonna play with you. I ain't gonna keep playing with you. And then cause it's affecting you and it's heartbreaking. It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
after cheating allegations in 2017 and 2018, Cardi spoke out about her fiance Offset's alleged infidelity in a February 2018 Cosmopolitan interview, explaining why she chose to stay with him. I know I look good. I know I'm rich. I know I'm talented, she began. I know I could get any man I want, any basketball player, football player, but I want to work out my shit with my man. And I don't got to explain that. Over the years, she held on to the same mindset, staying loyal as his ride or die. Everybody has issues. I believe in forgiveness. She told Vogue in 2019 of the apparent 2017 cheating situation. I prayed on it. Me and my husband, we prayed on it. We had priests come to us. And we just came to an understanding like, bro, it's really us against the world. He has my back for everything. I have his back for everything. So when you cheat, you're betraying the person that has your back the most, she continued. Why would you do that? We have come to a clear understanding. For me, monogamy is the only way. I'll beat your ass if you cheat on me. But unfortunately, this became a recurring cycle, and over time, she was pushed too far. Gradually, this led to public outbursts from her where she let it be known she wouldn't tolerate this forever.
I really don't like doing the internet shit. I really don't like doing the internet shit. Cause you will fucking talk to a nigga and a motherfucker will play in your face over and over again and she'll be like, watch what I'm about to do, watch what I'm about to say. And it's so fucking sad that I like to, this motherfucker really like to play games with me when I'm at my most vulnerable time, when I'm not the most confident, because he knows I'm not an easy girl. He knows yesterday I could have been out, I could have been chilling, I could have been this and that. He knows I'm in my house, he knows that I'm chilling, he knows I'm not doing the most. I really been sparing you. You've been fucking feeling yourself, you bitch ass nigga, because of your bitch ass album and shit. And you really been fucking doing me dirty after so many fucking years that I motherfucking helped your ass. Not even a fucking thank you that I got for your bitch ass.
Yet somehow, they always managed to smooth things over. But eventually, something snapped, and what was once just an unstable relationship, strained by temptations and money, became completely unsalvageable. For Cardi and Offset, the end game began in June of 2023. Taking to Instagram, Offset came out of nowhere and accused the mother of his kids of sleeping around. "My wife fucked another man on me, gang. Y'all know how I come." At first, people were shocked to the point that they wondered if he was going to retract it. But before he could, Cardi would clap back and let him have it for what she said was a baseless claim.
Don't pay attention to that country man, y'all. Don't pay attention to the country man. That Spaces the other day, that motherfucker spiraling and thinking shit. Come on now. I'm fucking Cardi B. I think sometimes motherfuckers forget I'm Cardi B. If I was giving this pussy to anybody, it would be out. I'm not just anybody. Can't fuck me no regular, degular, schmegular, because they gonna tell the world. And I can't fuck nobody in the industry, because they gonna tell too. What was that? Y'all ever heard that Ruby Rose record where she said, got a big ass mouth? So please, boy, stop acting stupid.
This wasn't the first time that their issues went public, but seeing stars of their status argue like this shocked many and set a surprising new tone. To some, it felt like Offset was trying to get something off of his chest. Anyone else curious as to why these two grown-ass adults are posting their personal relationships through social media? A simple text to your partner would solve a lot. Whether this is a real response or not, just throwing somebody out into the public as a cheater out of the blue when nobody was speculating already usually indicates self-guilt. But things were set to get even stranger, and it led to even more public scrutiny. As in an interview after it all went down, Offset admitted it was a complete lie.
Tell us about it.
All right, so that post, to be honest, like, me and her going, that's my wife, I love her to death. Like, we going back and forth, and if you got a New York woman, you know she's a pit bull at the mouth. She get crazy at the mouth a little bit, and I was really lit that night. I was lit. I little Casamigo here and there, you know.
Okay.
I was lit, and then we going back and forth, and I'm like, watch this. And it's like, she got a crazy mouth, but I love my wife at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And she crazy, man.
You might be crazy too.
I'm crazy, but
Okay, there we go.
we're crazy for each other.
If the public was confused beforehand, they sure were afterwards. And soon, he was clowned online for purposefully hanging his wife out to dry over nothing. Imagine lying online, knowing an internet mob will harass the mother of your kids just cause you were a little bit drunk. Always a bad sign when you can't keep an argument between you and your partner, but you have to air it out to the whole world. It's embarrassing. Although they managed to put this behind them, internet antics kept tearing them apart. In September, Offset's lengthy history of adultery meant that he was soon accused of cheating on Kaisenat's stream.
He made food for the world.
Everything's great. Everything's great. Everything's great. Y'all drop the link to the video on it?
Huh?
Drop the link to the video too?
What made it worse is that one of Kaisenat's homies then started whispering in his ear about something, causing them to all laugh. And when Offset came back 40 minutes later, he got a hero's welcome that made it all look very suspicious.
It'll be him and Kyle riding in the Cadillac down Crenshaw. It'll be him and Kyle riding down Cadillac in the Crenshaw. I told you he was a goddamn.
However, this incident seemed to be innocent, as even with how bad it looked, she jumped to Offset's defense almost straight away. Exactly, she said on X when someone pointed out that the woman was his brand manager and cousin. The fact that they had to watch a 24-hour stream to fake piece things together is embarrassing. But while everyone was on the level this time around, it wasn't long before Cardi and Offset seemed to drift apart once more. By December of 2023, they unfollowed each other on Instagram, prompting Cardi to say that she was leaving the dead weight behind in that year and not carrying it forward.
So you got to get rid of dead weight. And when it comes to dead weight, it's just like dead weight. I'll say mentality, procrastination, laziness, and people. Because a lot of people are dead weight too. And sometimes, I feel like as a Libra, when it comes to people, we always want to protect their feelings. We always want to protect their image. We just want to protect people. Like, how would they feel? Or how would life without me will be for them? Fuck that.
And just days later, she revealed that she had been single for a while now.
I don't care to find out because I've been single for a minute now, but I have been afraid to I'm not afraid, I just don't know how to tell the world. But it has been like this for a minute now, and I wanna start 2024 like fresh, open. I don't know, I'm curious for a new life, for a new beginning.
You know, when you outgrow relationships, she wrote on her story that same day, "I'm tired of protecting people's feelings. I gotta put myself first." As if that wasn't enough for them and their family to deal with, they were then dragged into the tangled web of another toxic couple. Taken to X, Blueface was calling out his baby mama Krishan Rock over her ink of him when he decided to drop a bomb on the world with a wild revelation about Offset and his own longtime girlfriend. Being tatted on a hoe is not a flex. You literally f***ed Cardi B's husband a couple weeks ago. I'm tired of dudes looking at me while they f***ing you. Get the rest of them gone ASAP, please. The internet was understandably shaken by his claims, though many were skeptical that even someone as notoriously unfaithful as the former Migo could be involved in this. Blueface needs to post some receipts or shut the fuck up. I highly doubt, as much of a cheater as Offset is, that he would cheat on Cardi with a girl who doesn't know 2 + 2 = 4. But still, rumors persisted, and it was later revealed that on November 10th, Offset and Christian had both been in attendance at French Montana's birthday. This was the same night that Blueface claimed that Rock went back to the home that Offset shared with Cardi in LA and had sex with him. But this isn't something that the ATL rapper was willing to let slide. Rather than avoiding the controversy, Offset tried to shoot the whole thing down straight away. Responding to Blueface, he wrote, "I ain't never talked to or touched that lady. Real talk, man, you need some help." Still, Blueface refused to back down, telling Offset that if the truth tears you down, you living a shameful life. And I feel bad for you cause I ain't never gonna lie on my dick. If I hit it, I'ma admit it. This rumor eventually simmered a little, but lately, it's been reignited by Christian's friend.
You guys didn't know this, like Hispanics are just way more popping, like Cardi, Sean, come on. And then you was a home wrecker, so it's like, you try to home wreck because you wanna be like her. So it's like, what did you say? You left your earring or your ring on purpose so could see it? Oh yeah, that's when I went all out. That's when I was like, we committing adultery now? Oh girl, that's not God. That's how I knew how to cut people off. And I didn't even go that day because she kept saying, I'm gonna go da da da. And I was like, no, why? I love would you do that? No. And then what the happened? We all looking for Gershon and this is over there and she left us and I was like, damn, you left us for some dick that's not even yours and that's married.
In the wake of everything that was going down, Cardi and Offset apparently intended to think their marriage through, but she explained to Rolling Stone why they just couldn't quit one another the way that everyone thought they should. We're best friends, and it's like, okay, well, there was a time when I didn't have a best friend, or I didn't have a support system. She added, it's not even about how do you leave a partner, it's how do you stop talking to your best friend. Eventually, enough was enough. After countless near misses and betrayals of trust, something had to give. From there, things only spiraled further, with their reputations and even their parenting falling under intense scrutiny. In July of 2024, it was revealed that 3 years after her first attempt to bring their marriage to a close, Cardi filed for divorce yet again. A spokesperson at the time stated that the decision wasn't based on any one particular incident, but rather had been a long time coming and was amicable. In addition to calling for divorce, she requested primary custody of the kids. During this period, it seemed that the PR strategy was for them to appear to put on a united front, not only for the public, but for their kids as well. However, this is one plan that truly hasn't gone off like they hoped. Because rather than try to close the ranks to protect their family, things have only gotten worse. From the moment that the divorce became public knowledge, it seemed like it fired the starting pistol of all their dirty laundry to spill out to the public. As things between her and Offset deteriorated behind the scenes, Cardi called him out publicly.
When I tell you, narcissism is all-time high. And you know what's so crazy? I really be feeling like when people be saying like narcissist, niggas is narcissist and everything, I be like, do y'all even know what that word mean? But now I really do see what's a fucking narcissist. You know what's so crazy? That a nigga think that they could just buy a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I love me shit, but you can buy me no more, motherfucker. And it's so crazy that a nigga think that that's enough. It's not enough, honey. It's just not enough. And you know what's so funny too? That niggas think that they could fuck on anything. But when I start talking to niggas, you want to threaten me with taking shit that I fucking work my ass off for.
Then it spilled into the IG comments, where Offset acted like it was all a one-way street. But after he suggested that he wasn't chasing her any longer, she promptly contradicted him with one screenshot where he seemed to be pleading for her to come back to him. In fact, he even asked if he could pleasure himself while she was on the phone. Sheesh, that man was down bad. Still, this wasn't even the worst thing to come out of it, as in the heat of passion, they would go from run-of-the-mill cheating allegations to something darker. At the height of her rant, Cardi insisted that she paid him more respect than he deserved, even fending off the advances of his enemies who tried to hook up with her.
I don't care. You should be happy. You know what you should be? You know what you should be happy? You should be happy that I'm a real gangster ass bitch. At the end of the day, so one thing I'm not gonna do to you ever is entertaining them, your ops that be in my DMs trying to suck my pussy. I will never do that, because the op to you is a nigga that wants you dead. And I don't want you dead, because my kids love the fuck out of you. My kids love you down. So I will never do that. And I really follow gangster. I really follow street codes. I will never be a lame ass bitch that fuck with an op just to get back. No, I don't have to do that shit. I just gotta fucking that's better than you.
But according to Set, the opposite was true. And he insisted that she had been sneaking around even when pregnant with their latest kid. You fucked with a baby inside, tell the truth. Although she didn't respond directly, Cardi then took it to Twitter, tweeting, "and did." Ultimately, this seemed pretty unclear. Was she saying that she had done it or not? And while some felt like she was right to get her lick back for all the dirt he's done on her, others were horrified. In fact, it became such a hotly debated issue that Joe Budden and the crew debated it at length.
If she did do that,
Which part, fucking or the
let a
text?
nigga beat while she was pregnant?
If she did do that,
That nigga course.
would she be wrong?
I'm gonna say no. How much public humiliation has she gone through during the entire course of their not only relationship, their marriage? I know you guys think that you can get away with your behavior of cheating, and then also it's like, oh baby, please let me come back, etc., etc., etc. And a woman is just supposed to allow that to happen. But the second that she steps out and she's just like, well, you've cheated on me with 50 bitches, had like, a moment where I slipped. Now it's hell to fucking pay. Oh my God, you whore, you bitch. You guys cannot handle what the fuck you dish out.
As the world reeled from that story, there was an attempt for them to find peace. In a deleted post, Cardi declared that she wants a healthy co-parenting relationship with Set. I feel like 2 weeks ago, there was a lot of beef. I feel like things are calming down right now. I don't want to have beef with anybody that I love. I want to be like my mom and my dad. They don't fuck with each other. They were just there for me and my sister. At this time, fans and friends still had hopes for them to bounce back, with some even thinking that there was enough love and mutual respect for Cardi and Offset's marriage to still be salvageable. DJ Envy, who had his own infidelity issues to deal with, certainly thought this was possible.
Well, salute to Cardi B and Offset. They actually have cars in my car show, but I would say I love them together. Like, they're both genuinely good people. But in any relationship, it's never easy. There's ups and downs, and especially when you have artists like he's on the road, she's working. I hope they work it out. But anything comes into play, especially when somebody's pregnant. It's a lot. It's a lot on the woman. It's another body. So I don't know if that's the reason, if it's something else, but I hope they get a chance, and I hope they do work it out if it's meant to be. Like I said, they are both genuinely good people, so I hope they do work it out.
While in his opinion, the friction was ramped up by social media, and if they could just avoid that, they might be alright in the long run.
I think different things for different people. Some people will say counseling, right? Therapy to get them through things. But I always say put the phone down, put the internet down. The internet always causes unnecessary problems, unnecessary disagreements, unnecessary things. Because a lot of the stuff on the internet and on the line isn't true. So I would just say they need to have that conversation, a real conversation. I'm not leaving this room until it's done. And those are the toughest conversations. When your wife wants to have a conversation, those are the toughest things, because you got to put everything on the table. That's the only way something's going to work. Everything has to go on the table for you to possibly be able to move on. And I'm hoping that they can have that conversation.
With Cardi claiming that blissful co-parenting was their goal, there's every possibility this might have been her intention for a little while. But before long, they were publicly squabbling again, as Cardi just kept airing Offset out whenever something happened. "Bro, I wish the worst on this man," Cardi wrote. "I never hated somebody so much, and these bitches be so thirsty to have him. Please take this man off my hands. This garbage bag is too heavy." When a fan commented that Cardi should stop tweeting about Set as he's the father of their children, she responded by saying, "Yeah, he is. That's why I don't wish him death. But I truly hate this dirty ass narcissistic piece of shit. And his family and friends never check him. That's why he's always going to be a piece of shit person." It didn't stop there either, with Cardi launching another online rant that really twisted the knife.
I don't care. At the end of the day, they pussy must not be that good that you was fucking up. You was blowing up my phone All weekend, you was blowing up my phone. I blocked you. Even though I know you was going to go to Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't want to know what you was doing out there. I told you, I blocked. You was calling me all private numbers all morning. You was calling my mama, everything. So it's like, you trying to show me, trying to get me mad, like, oh, let me show you the bitches I'm fucking. Let me show you the bitches in my DMs. I'm going to hurt her feelings. I don't care. That pussy must not be hitting. That you still calling my shit. Trying to get your lick back. Trying to do your big lick back. I don't care. You're fucking lame.
Alongside the harsh analysis of his conduct towards her, she then came for his manhood.
I'm too much woman for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm too much of a boss bitch for you. And I've always been too good for you. I've been too good for you. I've been too good for anything that is associated to you. So you gotta fuck other bitches to make yourself feel better. Because I make you feel so low about yourself. Because I don't make you feel like you're that nigga in this home. So that's what you gotta do.
To round it off, she claimed that she would take back all the time they spent together if she got to keep the kids.
Thank you for my kids, though. All 3 of them. I don't regret none of them. But I regret you. You're a good daddy. You alright. I don't regret them. None of them. But fuck you. I'm too good for you. I've always been too good for you. You know I'm too good for you.
In response, Offset simply informed her that she was playing with fire. I could get on here and make you look like the fool you is. I'm about to hit. The bomb blow all this shit up. As their private lives continue to spiral out of control in a very public manner, the drama has ramped up to the point that it basically feels like watching a very sad reality show. And due to just how dysfunctional it's become, it might do some real lasting damage to their family. Recently, it was revealed that Child Protective Services had been investigating Cardi and Offset. And despite how much they hate each other, they are a united front when it comes to trying to keep their kids out of the hands of the state.
Me and Offset have millions of fans. Just how much we got fans, we got people that don't like us. So tomorrow somebody else can make an allegation and you guys gonna come tomorrow. And 2 months from now, somebody make an allegation and you guys are gonna come.
I want to say that no, we wouldn't, but
Say yes.
I'll explain this to you. There's some states that they don't take half of the things that they get a call about, and there's other states that do.
In Cardi's opinion, despite all the chaos, they're being portrayed as something they're not.
Because the claims that they made, you already interview my kids. You interview my kids for 30 minutes and you want to go to my kids' school to ask them questions and shit like that. And that's the type of shit that bothers me. I will have CPS go to my kids' school. Mind you, my kids are one of the few kids that are colored. And on top of that, they have young ass parents that stick out like a thumb. Like, y'all want to go and interview schools, then blah, 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 because y'all want to do too much is annoying. So now, a month later, because I didn't give them my kids' information, now they want to fake come back to my house again, interview my kids, look at my kids, tell them to raise their fucking shirts, raise their pants, and blah, blah, blah. And they're also asking me for my brand new daughter's information and her name and all that stuff. And it's like, why are you harassing me for my daughter's information? What that has to do with anything? My daughter doesn't even have a social security because I don't want nobody knowing her name, her information, anything. So why are you harassing me and you're harassing me and you're harassing me and you're harassing me about my daughter's information, my brand new daughter information? You know the claim was bogus. You went up and down in my home.
Clearly, it's an issue that is beginning to really wear Cardi down, particularly as there is the continued mystery of over who it is, with many theorizing it's the fans of her longtime enemy Nicki Minaj who are behind it. Still, Cardi won't rest until she finds out. I swear to you, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, the musician angrily told followers. Are you fucking dumb? This is when the pranks start getting too far. While it's not anyone's place to say if the kids are being mistreated except for those close to the duo, it's fair to say that public spats probably don't help keep child services at bay. In fact, it gives them ammunition if anything. And no matter what you feel about Cardi and Offset or who's right and wrong, the one thing that everyone can agree on is that they do too much by bringing every problem to the attention of the world. Why does everything gotta be public? Why is she telling everybody her business? She don't got friends? And now, with everything going down, the scrutiny of her parenting is so high that she feels she has to defend herself online when she goes out.
Oh, Cardi, you keep going to the clubs and ain't you supposed to be with your baby? I be with my baby all day. I need to go out. I'm going through a divorce right now. If I stay home and fucking depress myself, that's just gonna drive me crazy. That's why I'm working, and in the weekends I'm going out with my girls. So stop. I don't ever want to go through a fucking postpartum depression ever again, and I'm avoiding that.
Whether you're a fan of one of them, both of them, or none of them, it's clear that what they're doing can't continue. Not only for their sake, but that of their kids. Because in the long run, this might wind up doing a lot of harm.
If I grew up and I saw my mom and dad fighting on Instagram Live, and there was allegations that some other nigga was smashing my mom's while I was in the belly doing backflips and somersaults, while some other nigga was punching dick inside of her, I would know who to fight, dad or mom. Like, what was going on? What the fuck was happening here?
And by the looks of it, what they really need to do is sit down with a therapist, because clearly there's a lot of resentment there. At one point this year, Offset even claimed that the deceased Takeoff had warned him to break up with her before passing. And for Cardi, this must have felt like a low blow. But no matter how they feel about one another, they're ultimately still condemned to work as a team. Aside from welcoming another baby into the world a few months back, they're also engaged in litigation together over the Like What freestyle video after they allegedly refrained from paying the Airbnb rental fee. And of course, dealing with child protective services together.
These are just so these are just allegations. Let me explain. So these are just allegations. In the state of New Jersey, the way it works is anybody can pick up the phone and call our 1-877 number and make allegations against anybody. And we have to respond. We have to take everything absolutely serious, and we have to investigate everything. It's not to say you're doing something wrong, not to say that Cardi's doing anything wrong. They're just allegations.
How do we protect our children from this type of stuff, though? Because this is traumatizing.
So
when you asked my daughter to she roll up her sleeves, she was confused. She didn't even know.
This shit got me so mad.
I wish I had an answer for you.
These days, Offset seems to be moving on, and this can only be positive. Recently, he was seen stepping with a model known as Anak Yao. And just a few days after this footage emerged, it was announced that she would appear on his new single cover, while also being draped in his signature chains. As for Cardi, there have been rumors going around that she's now dating Stefon Diggs, courtesy of DJ Academics.
Offset went through her phone and called her texting a nigga, some dog ass named Stefon Diggs, some football player, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, I heard that name fucking 5 other bitches. It's kind of crazy. That is the bitch fucker. He done everybody's hoe in the game. You know what's so funny? This is what I heard. I'm gonna tell you everything I heard. I heard Cardi didn't even fuck the nigga. This is what I heard, honestly. I heard she didn't fuck him, right? But she was texting a nigga, entertaining the nigga.
Yet, despite all of the speculation, Cardi has insisted that she's focused on getting the bag.
That you guys should know, I love money. I need money. I love money. I want money. I smell money. I breathe money. I think about money. And I don't ever want to run out of money.
Whatever they do from here, whether that be to look for new love interests or focus on their careers, what's obvious is that these two need to do anything but get back together. Because unfortunately for them, sometimes love just isn't enough when you are too incompatible. And clearly, that's exactly what they are. Now, their priority should be creating a stable environment for their kids, and thus, all of that breaking up and making up has to end. Otherwise, they can expect to be paying therapy bills for the rest of their lives and being miserable in their own right. It's your boy Louaista, and if you guys want to learn about more of hip-hop's craziest relationships, you can peep this video I made a couple months back called Hip-Hop's Baby Mama Problem. As always, I want to thank y'all for watching today's video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.